Welcome back to the channel. Now, yesterday was odd because I did a bunch of Aesop and it didn't make it. It didn't make it to YouTube. It went over to the Patreon, and that's a long story, but not for it doesn't matter. It turns out I had a video, and it's a short story. I'm full of crap. I had a video doing better than anything I've had in a bit, so I made sure I let that stay up front. I think it's still up front now. Well, you know, if I'm getting hey, if the channel gets 500 hits an hour, I gotta let that roll for 24 hours. You know, that is for all the pokes we do at the algorithm over here on reactions, rants, and rabbit holes. It turns out Rolling Green likes to run his mouth. But Rolling Green also likes to break through the algorithm every now and then. So, I don't want to be an aggressive Rolling, but we will check out aggressive Steven, Aesop Rock, off the brand new release. And just remember, they have tech solutions to meet all your needs. All you have to do is look into them.
Got home one morning, maybe 10 o'clock. Grabbed a coffee, ran into my friend outside the hair salon. She said she on a break and she come up and roll a J. Well, say her name is Abby, the Wabby is not her name. Okay. Skin the vibe, talking neighborhood gossip. Elevator to amazing, snake around on my spot. Before the key hit the lock, she was asking me, is that yours? Beside the door, a navy button down, pulled up on the floor. Weird. I'll take a knee on some, I do have one like it, but no. And pick it up slow to reveal a few of the items. Abigail like, oh, that is certainly a tweaker's pile of stuff. For realization that demand a weaker tea inside.
Oh, and now I am, the ones over on Patreon were lyrical breakdowns. And I mean, we're talking 45 minutes on a, 5-minute song. So it went hard. I am not dependent on those lyrics. But outside of the pile of tweaker stuff, there are some things I'm missing. And, we don't want to go 40 minutes with this, but I'm just saying, I got to go back to the beginning. And
ran into my friend outside the hair salon. She said she on a break and she come up and roll a J. Well, say her name is Abby, the Wabby is not her name.
All right, so Abby is just a cover for the hair salon worker who's coming up to twist one. I mean, the setting is set. Setting is set.
Got home one morning, maybe 10 o'clock. Grabbed a coffee, ran into my friend outside the hair salon. She said she on a break and she come up and
there you go. I never really thought about it that way, but there, actually the location is home. That was instantly. But the location of the home is by coffee and the hair salon. I'm guessing, because if we could just take a little time off of our job to roll upstairs and twist one, it can't be too far away. Otherwise, the storytelling would be different.
Got home one morning, maybe 10 o'clock. Grabbed a...
Oh, the time is irrelevant. It was just one morning. It was around 10 o'clock, so the day and the time are really not as specific to the story as the location. Home.
Coffee, ran into my friend outside the hair salon. She said she on a break and she come up and roll a J. Well, say her name is Abby, the Wabby is not her name. Okay. Skin the vibe, talking neighborhood.
All right, right there.
Well, say her name is Abby, the Wabby is not her name. Okay. Skin the vibe, talking neighborhood gossip. Elevator to.
All right, I can't. Sorry, I can't tell what the skin word is, but they're looks like they're smoking one and talking some gossip. I mean, smoking up the back of the bus and ranting? I don't relate to that at all.
Wabby is not her name. Okay. Skin the vibe, talking neighborhood gossip. Elevator to amazing, snake around on my spot. Before the key hit the lock, she was asking me, is that yours? Beside the door, a navy button down, pulled up on the floor. Weird. I'll take a knee on some, I do have one like it, but no. And pick it up slow to reveal a few of the items. Abigail like, oh, that is certainly a tweaker's pile of stuff. For realization that demand a weaker tea inside my cup. White noise.
Okay. For lack of a better, there's stuff I'm missing. It appears reflections upon the aesthetics in the room, a pile of stuff. I'm not sure. Could really, what do we got here for? Nah, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to do it. I want to just.
Noise humming in my ear to the slow to reveal a few of the items. Abigail like, oh, that is certainly a tweaker's pile of stuff. For realization that demand a weaker tea inside my cup. white noise.
A realization, a weaker T. Is that, a realization that you too high? I don't know if that's what that means. I'm obviously filtering it through my domed up back of the bus, which is a metaphor for 420 friendly excursions into deeper thought.
My ear to the wood, I hear the bathwater running. Something is clearly afoot. Someone is clearly inside. I look at Abby like I'm going in.
Oh, wait, that was okay before the okay. Yeah, because I got ahead of myself. We're going to the home. We hadn't quite got there. These are reflections upon things in the hallway before we even got to the home. Maybe it was reflections on, holy crap, do I really live in this shithole? Now I'm one person's shithole is another person's castle. Who am I to condemn anything? I'm just saying through my own filter. That's where I'm at.
It's clearly afoot. Someone is clearly inside.
Because obviously I didn't wait for the story the plot to thicken, and I mean someone's in there using a bathtub. You don't want to come home and have Robert Downey Jr. curled up in a ball in your kid's bed. It's weird on so many fucking levels. You don't want that happening. Or you'd like to reflect upon it happening to someone else, but you don't really want it that close to home.
I hear the bathwater running. Something is clearly afoot. Someone is clearly inside. I look at Abby like I'm going in. Maybe you should stay here. She said, no, I'm in. Holy shit. Be caught.
There. I love that line right there. Here's the thing. Take the high road. You should be able to admit the high road exists. Hey, maybe. And then maybe they should be able to go, no, I'm cool. Not, how dare. I see that that moment plays out in Hollywood now, and they don't have the dynamic correct. This is correct. It doesn't have to be long-winded. But it still should be noble in thought and deed to begin.
Like I'm going in, maybe you should stay here. She said, no, I'm in. Holy shit, be cautious. Keep calm, sneak the door open, the apartment is tossed. Everything everywhere all at once, all the faucets are on. Let's draw the room. So
holy shit, they got hit by the wet bandits. Oh, man. Oh my God, I hate when popular culture comes back to haunt me.
It's tossed. Everything everywhere all at once, all the faucets are on. Let's draw the room so you can better picture all the peoples. I got this loft.
Okay, I gotta get a smoke because I'm thinking I'm gonna be a lifelong Aesop fan, and I'm with all arrogance aside, I'm sure I'm wrong, but my belief in the basket of rhetoric rappers use, or hip hop artists in general, basket of language they utilize. And then I do believe the entire system from the most eclectic to the most controlled is there's outlines, formulas, and some of that to it all. And the where, who, what, where, when, and why really applies to so much of Aesop's music. And set the stage. What's going on? I mean, by the 1 minute mark now, he's going to go back, and if you weren't following, he's going to paint the picture of the tossed room, right? But if you don't know about rolling hobos in the back alley, you might not know about some sort of aggressive transgression against someone, like having all their possessions thrown over the place, looking for the whatevers. But the tweaker reference from the hallway, I'm guessing you don't got no copper left in the fucking walls. Okay. Ooh, so far so good. I'm really liking this, and I don't mean no condemnation of copper pulling tweakers who toss the joint. There's a whole group that would want to take the empathetic route there. More power to you. I'm a ex-junkie, recovered, and then got, robbed by the people who I used to hang with. I got robbed blind in treatment. Fucking Aragoni house in St. Paul up on the hill. Nestled amongst the richy riches of the neighborhood, which was actually a lie. They just owned the property and then sublet to all the college kids and other things who thought they were cool. And the aesthetics and the ideas there were actually an illusion because they were waiting every moment to take everything and relapse from you while you repeated mantras to sobriety. It's about that time in my life I realized that the marijuana moderation rehabilitation program was going to set me free, that I wasn't going to break free of the cycles and some of the friends and acquaintances, but that I should start measuring the consequences of, let's say, my environment. If the rent's cheap because everything's going to hell except inside your own place, inside your own place will eventually go to hell. It says you can only keep the wolves at bay for so long. And I don't know. I'm just saying. And because I've come from a darker underbelly of the world and lived it, I am not saying I condemn any side. I just, let's see where this goes. We're going to get a picture painted for us. But as I rolled my smoke, I realized, wow, a friend of mine literally stole the radiator on my car once, so I do have personal opinions and jaded views of it all. But at the same time, prior to those incidences, they were my friends, companions, members of the tribe I ran with. So it creates that, choices. To hang out and roll a doobie with your friend, or to go rob someone.
The apartment is tossed. Everything everywhere all at once, all the faucets are on. Let's draw the room so you can better picture all the befalls. I got this loft that when you walk in, the ceilings are pretty normal. Then a dozen feet later, it's 20 feet of beams and mortar. I ain't in far enough to peek around that first corner. No sign of life in the bathroom, only debris and disorder. We baby stepping 7 feet in where the kitchen begin. Records and books in a sink, the conditions start to sink in. Another view to that Rubicon where the pad opens up to see the answer to my questions in the rafters above. There is a man with no shirt on, wearing his pants around his ankles, jungle gymming over both us.
Okay, perfect. Rollen Green, fake name, but when I worked for a subsidiary of Burlington Northern years and years ago, but I got to drive an engine, I got to work within the rail yards in a security area, but every now and then we bring in a rail car full of cars, and in the couple years I worked there, multiple naked homeless people trapped inside the yard running around because they'd fallen asleep into a car they broke into. So, not only am I grateful that I took back some of my condemnation, because I think when you get to this point, there's an honest discussion about mental health care that could be had at the very end, but we won't taint it with that now.
No shirt on, wearing his pants around his ankles, jungle gymming over both us. We are talking angles. He's mumbling incoherently, there's something in his system. I'm processing but need to make decisions. Okay, let's go. Hey, you need to get down right now. Abby yelling, get the fuck down and get out. He's on a different planet, drifting to a distant moon. I'm pretty sure he don't even know we are in the room. Hey, you need to get down right now.
That's why I had to say what I had to say. Because do I want to celebrate someone who's so out of their mind they came in and they're swinging from my rafters naked? No, but go back a ways and you wonder why I make, maybe the Robert Downey Jr. jokes or something else. Because there's this line that some of our fellow human beings cross. And then being thrust upon that scenario is sometimes a life-changing or altering ordeal. I know, Hunter, I took everything. There's almost nothing to knock down. I even had to put the magic token in front of me because he's so dissatisfied. Eventually he'll get the duck. He hates the duck. Aggressive Hunter is appropriate.
Get the fuck. He's on a different planet, drifting to a distant moon. I'm pretty sure he don't even know we are in the room. Hey, you need to get down right now. Get the fuck down and get out. You need to get down right now. Get the get out.
Oh, come here. Oh, please. If they only knew that I was secretly singing it to you with love. Oh, yeah, no, I see you. I see you. I knew it right there. We just got to go back. I can't.
This isn't working. Get the fuck down and get out. Get the fuck down and get out. Get the fuck down and get out. This isn't working. The energy is berserk, and we're backing up to the hallway, then down to the office.
Just so you know, it was too cliche to name him Kirby. But, I mean, I yeah, I would just say I really related to that song, and thank you, Mike H. Now, I appreciate every Aesop subscriber, viewer, or supporter, really. But I got turned on to Kirby, right? That and Long Leg Larry. Forgive me. But the fun side. And I'm not real. I love my boy. I love my furry little friend. But I couldn't have, I don't, I got no secret animal training skills. I just think he's ready. He's ready for a career in reacting as long as I tempt him. Now, I could have secretly rubbed that stuff with catnip. I didn't, but I'm starting to think that I could grift this whole thing pretty well. But then I'd hate myself. And I don't want to end up hating myself and swinging naked from anyone's rafters.
Nervous, yeah, and working. The energy is berserk, and we're backing up to the hallway, then down to the office. Nervous, yeah, hi. So there's a naked guy in my ceiling. The staff look up at me tripping like, oh my God, is it Steven? Who the fuck is fucking Steven?
Whoa, I missed something. Hunter, that's your fault. A lot of stuff is Hunter's fault.
Get the fuck down and get out. Hey, you need to get down right now. Get the fuck down and get out. Get the fuck down and get out.
He's good.
Get the fuck down and get out. This isn't working. The energy is berserk, and we're backing up to the hallway, then down to the office. Service. Yeah.
Okay. I lost where it was in the story, right? If it was a movie in my head, yeah, I was stuck on the insanity, and they're like, whoa, backing their asses out the door at this point.
So energy is berserk, and we're backing up to the hallway, then down to the office. Service. Yeah, hi. So there's a naked guy in my ceiling. The staff look up at me.
Cut scene, right? Yeah, went out the door. Now they're in the office. Like, hey, is there any way? Does paid rent do anything for that?
The office service, yeah, hi. So there's a naked guy in my ceiling. The staff look up at me tripping like, oh my God, is it Steven? Who the fuck is fucking Steven? Y'all seem to know some shit I don't. I ain't exactly need. I'm the manager on some he in this building have got some history. Will attempt to go and talk him down, but also called the city. 30 go by when the elevator ding and drop a trio in the lobby and heaven and nature sing. It's the manager and super with a man in my nights. Oh, that's my leather too, rejected, but goddamn he look nice. Steven is glum and despondent, wafting a brutal bouquet. They sit him down on the sofa, he look confused and ashamed. But if I'm honest, also looks like he can pull out a blade. That's when two officers show up and all is fully explained.
Okay, so at this point, we've been, could go either way. But people know Steven. I mean, we don't, because, he was just swinging naked in our apartment after he wet bandited the whole thing. Interesting. It's almost like in movie watching, it's like he has a first act, a second act, and a third act. It's you're right. It's almost like he's just really masterful at opening the scenario, building it to a crescendo, and then easing you out with maybe some remaining thoughts left behind to contemplate, and a badass tune in your head.
Honest also looks like he can pull out a blade. That's when two officers show up and all is fully explained.
Okay.
Okay, the police are with Steven to see if he's even lucid. I'm on the other side of...
Okay, the police something to see if he's lucid.
Okay, the police are with Steven to see if he's even lucid.
Okay, police something with Steven to see if he's lucid.
Okay, the police are with Steven to see if he's even lucid. I'm on the other side of the lobby, completely stupid. The super and the manager finally get a sec to offer some backstory about this morning's events. They tell me Steven suffers from mental illness and drug addiction. His episode...
I don't think I'm crazy, but then I think my ranting actually now I couldn't be happier to have it end up at this point and have the discussion take place in this song, not afterwards for us privately. That to me is powerful. And then with that kind of power, you're going to probably view the lens through a much different view than, let's just say, the mainstream. So I think that's why I take positions that maybe don't agree with. I just take that shit with a grain of salt, because overall, I don't agree with every movie I watched, but I love the techniques and that they used to tell me that story. And I really think I've passed that level where that's where I think I am. I just think I appreciate the palette so much more than other places. And the vivid wordplay is just so important. I really do like all that so much. But to me, this is a short film set to a fat ass fucking beat, delivered with, masterful bars by an incredible artist. I mean, that's as much sucking up as I can do, but I mean, he fucking deserves it. And I can't speak for anybody else's enjoyment of it. I hope I have filtered enough of this shit through me personally to make it clear it's all subjective. Wait, does it really matter what's our takeaways? Not always. I don't know. I just think it's
and the manager finally get a sec to offer some backstory about this morning's events. They tell me Steven suffers from mental illness and drug addiction. His episodes have kept him in and out the shelter system. Some lady in the building used to give him her couch, but his condition led to far too many issues to count. He's even scaled up the building before and jimmied inside and been aggressive with the tenant.
So as per my reference to Aragoni House, which, I use by name, so I must be a little bit hurt still. But what I realized there, and that was, I think, my second halfway house. I mean, I've been to treatment I've been to treatment like 8 times at this point. And what I realized is the system never actually, if I could use the system to help myself, it would allow me. But being naive and believing in the authority it wielded, I appealed to that authority and discovered after years of trial and error that the system was a meat grinder to keep me showing up in front of a judge, pleading, not playing a game that kept me in a healthcare system recovery focused. But let's be blunt, after insurance starts paying for stuff and shit like that, a cookie cutter system that was really designed to perpetuate problems, not prevent them. And I don't know if we want to solve these problems. I think the world is easier managed with the amount of chaos Hunter caused. Oh, damn boy. Oh, kid. Just.
He not permitted on the premises, but this is your life. That's when the officer invited me to give him my side. I said, well, first of all, I ain't the one to call, but also we're like a meter from the player involved. I can brief you on the basics if the aim is resolved, but I ain't trying to agitate him if I say something wrong. How about we move 10 feet around the corner to talk? He said I can't leave my partner alone with someone that...
I like this, and then so the tension built because, like, I don't want to tell you. It turns out ratting out on people is not my thing, but you know, it's my rafters. He's hanging from naked. So, hey, can you slip around here so he doesn't have to see me talking about it? You know, about him, kind of deal. Can we carry this on in private? Because within the ever ebbing and flowing. Changing social climate, it's tough to even have an honest conversation.
It's going okay, seems fast to be at an impasse. Then he pulls the pen and paper out and this is what he asks. Do you wanna be the victim? What? No, I didn't want it. I'm not sure what you want. Do you wanna be the victim? Oh, you're doing a script of a communion about the nuance of a human at risk. How about we skip to where you tell me what the future can hold? He said a felony B&E and whatever he stole. We take him down to the jail and they put him back on the street. They just think...
Hunter! That one moved. You found one. You found one you could probably tear down. Why do you have to rub your face on everything? What did you... Okay, I gotta pause. I think he's eating a fucking tack. Wow, I have admitted the problematic nature of my pet. But, yeah, no, he just pulled the tack out of the wall and was chewing on it. I had to expel him. He got 86th from the club. Turns out when your producer comes, you know, stay away from, you know, life change. Sometimes problems have to be addressed and fully. A lifetime of breaking, entering, and trespassing charges isn't the care anyone would have ever needed. We should probably ask ourselves, which appears to be kind of what's going on in the heart of the storyteller. I can go back.
About the nuance of a human at risk.
Yeah, that line, which is incredible. Whew. We go around the corner to discuss the nuances of a human at risk. That's probably why it took 27 minutes to get here.
Skip to where you tell me what the future can hold. He said a felony B&E and whatever he stole. We take him down to the jail and they...
Yeah, so it's about the meat grinder. I believe this song and a lot of my stories might actually meet at some sort of, you know, nexus of understanding, really. I did almost 5 years, and then 20 years parole. That's only because I proved that they railroaded me, but I don't rail against the system because I watched it from the outside as a spectator. I got chewed up and spit out by it more than once. And the irony is the treatment started before my fall from grace and then ended up after. Because it turns out being locked up for 5 years didn't cure what was wrong with me. That warehousing me at no point helped me address why I kept ending up there. And it turns out I like drugs wasn't the answer. I can't control myself and I just want to support my drug habit wasn't really it. It was, why did I hate myself so much that I had to cover it all with drugs? Thank God I never ended up like my sponsor. My sponsor actually, you know, sponsored, worked at a place where you drank yourself to death. Dude's fucking doing Sterno and Lysol and the extremes of the extremes. And then he bred albino pythons on top of it. The guy was a hell of a... I can't comprehend his ability of empathy and compassion. What I can do is rant and rave about the aspects of it that should be brought up and never glossed over, even in short story form mode storytelling. And there's what it is. I might not always agree, disagree, whatevers, but I'll say that he takes Aesop Rock's lens to view life with is a lot more interesting than, like I said, the mainstreams. Nothing but fucking respect. This is really cool.
Can hold. He said a felony B&E and whatever he stole. We take him down to the jail and they put him back on the street. They just ain't got the kind of resources that Steven would need. I said he doesn't need a felony, he doesn't need a cell. There's gotta be a way to get him headed for some help. He said programs exist, but none of them work. It's either charge him with the crime or feed him back to the earth. That's the bleakest shit I ever heard.
Yep.
I don't even...
Self-driving cars, but a healthcare system that thrives on misery and repetitive failure. I hate the world we live in because something like that seems so blatantly in our face that is it my age-old appeal to authority that pulls the wool over our eyes? Because this narrative plays itself out every day in society, and the unfortunate truth is we put a camera on society so we can watch it nonstop. Our priorities are effed up.
That's the bleakest shit I ever heard. I don't even have the word. I'm about to run, see what evil was done. I guess the...
I do. And that's the problem. Algorithmically, they don't want... This discussion shouldn't happen. Empathy, support, and repetition. Because, see, if you can just throw some tissues at it and some Hallmark cards, you can make it feel like we're doing something. Right? We're not. This is why I dome up the back of the bus. I ain't lying. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the pharmacon industry would give me. I can't tell you. I would never ask. I only shared my problems with the shrink back in the day so I could actually delve into my own personal self-analysis. I use them to psychoanalyze myself. I just needed a... metaphorically, the couch to lie on in a semi-authoritative environment. And then delving into myself was where the answers were. Now, the problem lies in those so far gone that they can't examine self. What can we do for the individual that is not self-aware of behavioral problems, issues, or consequences? Because the revolving door felony gig or the fucking padded room exploitable state-owned institutions that, had such a great track record that they just... From one extreme to the other, and let me guess, the only group that knows true care can afford it in a way that none of us will ever experience it.
I don't even have the word. I'm about to run, see what evil was done. I guess the jacket was a gift, but he could leave in the dumps. Upstairs sucked. Cat's doing fine, the rest is just stuff. I just seen Steven eating lunch. ITS. It's...
Oh, shit.
The future.
Yes! With solutions, tech solutions to fit every need, every problem, and hopefully minimize the consequences in your life, because honestly, consequences are not worth experiencing. Aggressive Steven, Aesop Rock off Integrated Tech Solutions, which, and its way is a pretty enlightening, thought-provoking, and I would imagine conversation-starting way. I mean, there's enough stuff there. You could talk around the water cooler for days with that. And all from an artist maybe you like and respect. Use it to its full power. Understand what its can do in your life. I am not sponsored or endorsed from the. I'm just saying I'm playing. But go like, subscribe, and share their stuff. And, if that comes back to me karmically, I won't complain. Later.